Hi, this is Dr. C.
And I'm Dr. J.
And we're Two Doc Minds. Today, we're excited to talk to you about our journey and why we decided to open up ourselves to our audience and to begin to share our stories on YouTube. We are, as I said, a Two Doc Minds. We're a channel that provides our experiences, our lens, our point of view about leadership, and especially as it applies to the business sector and how we often operate inside organizations. So here we are, and we look forward to having this conversation. So Jason, let's start off. Why do you think that you began this journey and are interested in sharing your story to the YouTube community?
No, that's a good question, Sam. I would say that I started wanted to do YouTube channels. It had to have been about 3 or 4 years ago when I was listening to some inspirational motivation. I was listening to Eric Thomas, I think, at that time. Every morning I would listen to one of his motivational videos, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, a lot of people. And I knew I wanted to teach folks, some of the techniques that got me to some of the leadership positions that I was working in. And, when I would look on TV, I didn't see that folks that represented me and my ideals, some of my journey and experiences. And so I saw a big gap in being able to do that. So I wanted to start about 3 or 4 years ago. Actually, we bought this equipment about 3 or 4 years ago. And when we bought that equipment, it was to do this thing called YouTube, but life got in front of us. And we talk about, acting, what we didn't do, what I didn't do, at least. I didn't act. So I wanted to do something, but I didn't act, right? I bought this equipment, but I didn't act. And so it was critical for me to one day just say, hey, we're going to get in front of the camera, do a video and post it. And that's what we did about a week or about a month or two ago. And now we're creating a lot of content for you. My goal is to say, hey, I had a great journey in my career. I had a great journey financially. I had just a great journey, period. And, I want to share my success and failure so that people can learn and grow and move forward, farther than I did. And so, that was one of the reasons why I did that. I also look at YouTube, and when I look at, what we bring to the table, there's not a lot of people that's like us, married, got doctorate degree, been in leadership positions, have a story to tell, and really being able to tell it so that, all people can kind of learn from it and grow. So that, that's kind of where I was and why I wanted to do this and why I'm excited about doing this with you.
Yes, I have a pretty similar take on why we started the channel. But from the essence of it, I started and was interested to begin to share our story is because there are so many things that I wish people had shared with me when I was younger, essentially, and entering and becoming a young adult, being kind of fresh-faced and open to the new ideas of the world. I wish that people had shared more stories, and I'm really interested in storytelling. I'm really interested in learning about other people's experiences, and I think YouTube and what we're doing, coupled along with our experience, and like you said, we've been doing this and we have a unique point of view, will help somebody, and it will help me helping somebody. So it's such a wonderful opportunity to talk about great ideas. It's an opportunity to talk about people who are leaders. It's a great way to start to share what we've been through and who the wonderful people that have actually helped us through our journey to become more someone who contributes to somebody else's journey. It's just a way to, pass the gifts along, I say.
No, I think you're critical. I mean, in my job, I would do what we call, brown bag lunches, right? And I would invite, people to come and kind of hear my journey. But in folks hearing, my journey, what I found out is a lot of folks made an assumption around our journey. So, they thought it was always easy, that things came easy, that there wasn't a lot of bumps in the road. And when they see you in that leadership position, they have this perception of you. And what I found out in having all those conversations is that a perception from the leaders that they got it because, it was a nice path laid out, or that they're just smarter than everyone, or they just work harder than everyone, or all these assumptions is given out. And what we want to do is just share our journey, right? So that there's no assumptions. We had a ton of bumps in the road, I heard a lot of no's from employers, right? That says, no, you're not a good fit for us or for this organization. And so we heard that no, we dealt with that adversity. And what we're trying to share is how we got through it together, how we managed through the crises, how we managed to do it in a work-life balance, and how, just how we did it together. And I think the unique thing about our journey is how we've done it together, whether that's school, whether that's working, and whether that's this YouTube, is being able to do that together. And I think us being able to share that with our audience, I think it brings a lot of value. We hope that it brings some value. And, if there's anything that you all want to learn about leadership, eventually we'll get into relationships and finances. But if there's anything that you want to learn about leadership, put a comment down there, and, we look at our comments, and, it helps us build the content, not for us to share with you. And that's critical.
Oh, absolutely. I think a very important point that you just mentioned is adversity. And I think adversity happens to us all, in that the way we all handle adversity or how adversity impacts us is different. So you speaking about leadership and adversity is very important, because I do believe, in my perspective, and you can share your own perspective about this, Jason, I think leadership has a component of how leaders deal with adversity, and that can make or break a great leader. Adversity is something that's character building, and it's something that we as individuals have experienced, like Jason said, or Dr. J, in our careers, in our home life, in every aspect of our community. I mean, we have very unique stories like everyone else out there. Everybody's a unique butterfly. But in essence of us, we are unique because we have took on those adversities. In no way, shape or form are we saying that we are leaders, but we use it to scope our leadership and say, these adversities are not going to break us, they're going to make us. And we keep taking on new challenges to help us even more grow people as our individual selves, and as a community, and as a family unit, and to build on that to create something that we can give and pass on. And I do think it's a full circle. I think you coming into yourself as a child and as a young adult and as an older adult, and then you taking all of those life lessons and it culminates, and not letting it sit, but sharing it. So the YouTube channel plays a big part in that for us both, as to where this is the moment that it culminated into, where we need to start really sharing what our experiences were or have been and are, so other people can say they see that they're not alone in some of the things that they encounter in this life.
No, you're absolutely correct. I think think about this. We bought our equipment 3 or 4 years ago, and we bought it pre-pandemic. So, hey, we got a little cheaper than post-pandemic. But we let desks sit on it. We didn't move. And it was, I think mainly we had a lot going on. We both had professionally just a lot going on, stressful jobs, stressful environment. We lived on the West Coast. It was just, things were just moving at a rapid. So we never felt like you had time to breathe. And so we made a transition in all aspects of our lives. We moved from one coast to the other. That was a huge transition. We jumped professions and employment. That was a huge transition. We moved in to different communities. That was a huge transition. Different cultures, right? And so what we did was we kind of just said in our life, we just wanted a huge transition. And what we wanted to do is share people why we made that decision. What are some of the positives and negatives of that decision? But at the end of the day, for us, it created slower pace so that we can focus on the things that we want to focus on. And that's sharing content with you, right? So for us, it didn't just come one day and, we figured it out. It took me at least time to get the confidence, right? To know that my content, and then to be able to try to organize it in a way that is useful to you. So that was, I think, Cynthia, that was critical.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think that also it's about, what do you see when you see looking at camera? Because we have cameras in front of us. And what I see, Dr. J, it might be different from you, is I see somebody out there like me looking at YouTube, because I used to utilize this channel a lot. I'm going, raising kids and trying to find career resources and trying to build on my skill set. I looked at YouTube different than what I'm looking in the camera now. Now that I'm behind on the other side, I see that I have a responsibility to provide valuable content that someone out there, at least one person, can benefit from and can help to make better decisions with. And that is my ultimate goal. And I hope that someone somehow can take that, if they do benefit from the information that I pass it on to somebody else. I think that community is built stronger, sharing resources, sharing information. There's so much out there. There's so many opportunities. I think there's space for everyone to do everything. And I think speaking things in a positive manner and always being upbeat and you aren't always going to be happy. That's just realistic. But it's focusing on the most positive things and trying to kind of work on the things that you are falling short on, and just saying, I can do better next day, or I can do the better next time, is something that we kind of reiterate throughout this process. And I think that's something that we can also give to the people who appreciate it, that kind of gift that we've received from other people in our lives.
No, I mean, we received a lot of gifts. And I think, to your point, there's been a lot of folks that helped us along our journey. And we're excited about that. And we want to share those journeys. But we want to share that journey where it relates to our professional and business. And that's why leadership is so critical. Mm-hmm. We have our doctorates in organizational development and leadership. And that's something that we value very, very much. And that's the tools that we learn both academically and practically in our professions. We want to share that. But we also are able to transition to this YouTube because we made smarter budgetary financial decisions. And so our goal is to be able to share those with you. I mean, we have undergrad in finance and accounting. Yeah. We want to share that information with you so that you can understand how you can make different budgetary decisions that can help give you the freedom to do what it is that you want in life, because you don't have to worry about so much all the financial constraints that sometimes not having it is there. And then three, I guess now, is how we did it together. Because that whole journey, we did it in a sense together. And so we want to share that. And we think that there's a lot of people that's struggling through the same struggles that we want. And we want to share our struggles. We want to share our successes. We want to share our past. We want to share our processes. We just want to give you a cheat code to what we did. So that at the end of the day, it doesn't take you as long. And, we have folks that was able to teach us. So it didn't take us as long, but there was a lot of people that went faster than we did. There's a lot of people that's still learning. And what we want to do is just reach back and give back. So I think that's the bigger goal and what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and I think it's important to mention, as you say, we are definitely people who have interconnected different degrees, different types of experience. We went to multiple universities, and we definitely took those experiences and the places that we've worked and the people that we met and the skill sets that we've developed. And we're kind of bringing it in together here to discuss what that looks like for you to utilize those tools and resources that we have, as Dr. J mentioned, to use that as your tool set to make better decisions and to see what the cheat code is for you to ease your experience through your work-life balance and your communities. How can you better your communities and use better financial decisions, better job decisions, better just overall life decisions that can enhance you in other ways?
No, and I think that the kind of close it out said is not only we're going to share that with you here on YouTube and all of our other social media at Two Doc Minds, we're going to also be sharing a book. We're writing, co-authoring a book that will be coming out early 2024. It's a leadership journey, a workbook, so that you can work through it. And so just keep a lookout for that. I mean, we're going to share everything, right? Our pathway is going to be transparent, if you will. You will be able to learn some good and bad things from it. But like we said, you're going to be able to learn, where we did good and where we did bad, and how you can, go around those minds and be able to excel faster. So we're excited about that. I'm Dr. J.
I'm Dr. C, and I would love to hear some feedback, get some information from you, share your stories with us so we can share it for you, of course, or comment. Just like, comment, and subscribe as usual.
And hit that notification button.
Yeah.
And we're Two Doc Minds, and we look forward to having great conversations with you.
Thank you.